damn, your voice sounds sexy. You sexy man, you. You're sexy and you got a nice butt.
Yo. This will never be on the radio.
Cagno Radio. Start now.
Cagno Radio begins now. Episode 41 is here. Well, you're listening to it. I'm Cal Cagno. This is Joe filling in again this week.
Aloha.
Do people want us to do this more, you think? Is this the question we want to ask?
Yes.
I got a email from someone the other day who strictly said, do it more. We want more. We want more. Which can
be said for anything in life. You know what? I think everything in moderation is so 2017. I think 2018 should be the start of more.
I know that a lot of podcasts that people listen to, they record every single day. I'm not going to start doing that. Strictly because I don't make any money off of this, which is a whole nother issue.
Yeah. You don't want this to become a job. I know in your mission statement says, when this becomes a job, I'm done. And so let's just keep it a fun side, like a side thing. A hobby.
Like a side hustle.
Yeah, just a good, fun hobby.
No, I really would like it if we could get paid for this, except for I don't know how to do that.
Right. Yeah.
So anybody out there that knows about how to do that?
Yeah. If you want to pay Cal to keep talking, by all means, do it.
So thank you to everybody who sent me a note this week. I heard from, I think, 8 out of the 10 of our top 10 listeners. Remember we went through the people last week? People were like, thanks so much for the shout out. I'm like, no, thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Sure.
So if you want to hear more of this, let me know. I'm just trying to do a little bit of a poll to find out if people would want to hear more than one episode a week. Right now we're doing about an hour a week. We're getting a lot of people that are listening. People like it. But if you would like to hear more and you think you legitimately would listen more, let me know at calcagnoradio@gmail.com. Did I tell you that there's a Roman Catholic priest on my soccer team?
No. I didn't know you played soccer.
So I play indoor soccer up in Royal Oak at the soccer
Up
dome.
in Royal Oak or down in Royal Oak?
Well, I guess it'd be down because I live in Rochester. So down in Royal Oak at Total Soccer.
Okay.
And we have a few new people on the team, and I didn't realize that one of them is a Roman Catholic priest.
Does he come in with the incense, swinging that thing with the smoke? He comes in. You guys are like, oh, Keith is here. And he's like, oh.
So, have you ever been?
He drinks holy water in his water bottle.
He sprays it at himself, douses himself.
He opens his water bottle and then dunks it in the holy water pool, and then fills it up.
Have you ever been to a Catholic mass ever? Because I know you're not Catholic.
I'm not Catholic, but I've been to 2.
Okay, have you ever been so you've obviously seen when they pendulum the smoke. You've seen that one.
Yeah. Yep.
Which I really like the smell of that.
I
whatever
do too.
that is.
Yeah. I wish they sold. Oh, you probably could. You could probably go to a Catholic supply store, get a couple gallons of holy water, bottles of communion wine,
and some frankincense. Yeah, frankincense.
Yeah, is that or myrrh?
Yeah, I think it's both. And have you ever seen when around Easter they do they splash people with holy water? Have you seen this?
Yes, I have.
So those of you who have never been to a Catholic mass before, I was raised Catholic, so I could probably do the Catholic part, or excuse me, the priest part and the parishioner part.
Okay.
But so what it was that they would take this metal bucket that almost looked like a spittoon, fill it with holy water, and then they would take what looked to be a branch of a pine tree, and then flick it at people to try to give them a little taste of the holy water.
Yeah, mist them.
One time, my aunt was sitting next to me, and the man mishandled the bucket full of holy water, doused her.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he kind of flipped, he went to flip it, and it dumped on her, on her lap.
Straight up Harlem Globetrotters. He did it to the person on the other side of the aisle, but the bucket was full of confetti. And then your aunt was like, I'm going to get confetti, and she just got doused.
Yeah, she's extra holy. So we got this guy.
She didn't sin for at least 3 months.
She was extra holy. My Aunt Joni. All right. I have an Aunt Joni.
She's now known as Shoni the Holy One.
Anyway, so this guy, 32 years old, Roman Catholic priest. No one told me that he was a priest, though, until the second game. So
you're out there just effing and jeffing.
No. I just knew him as Serge. That's his name.
Okay.
It's like longer. He's from Belarus, whatever.
Of
Super
course.
nice guy, but he's 32 and he's a Roman Catholic priest. But now that I found out that he's Roman Catholic priest, I feel the need to call him father, even though I'm not Catholic anymore, and also he's younger than me. But it's to the point now where I'm like, Father, I'm open. Father, pass it here.
The Holy One. Put it in the upper 90. Father, that was a sweet nutmeg.
And every time he says to me, Cal, you don't have to call me Father. Like, you just call me Serge. Like, that's totally fine.
Just call me Sir.
You can call me. You don't have to call me Father. You can just call me Master. Human Lord,
Right.
or Sir.
Right.
It doesn't matter, whichever one you like. So, but it's to the point.
Whatever
now,
one rolls off the tongue easiest.
It's to the point now, though, where I feel stupid because he's asked me not to call him that. So I'll be like, Father, pass it here. Like, so I say the father part's softer.
Right.
And I feel like in a lot of ways he's earned that respect.
No, there's a respect there. But if he's asked you to set that aside, set it aside.
5 times. He's asked me.
Yeah, I would stop. And I think he's a little closer to God's ear. So if you come down ill next week, because he's like, he's like, I've asked this guy, so, dear Lord, could you just make it so that Cal doesn't come to tonight's game? And then you get like a flat tire on the way there. So if he's asked you, I would stop. If he didn't say anything, I would say continue to say it because I think he's earned that respect as well. But no, if he's like, no, you call me JC, or whatever, like
Serge.
Yeah, Serge.
Yeah.
All my friends called me Scooter growing up. Then call him whatever he asks you to call. But if he says, don't call me Father, I wonder if there's a reason he doesn't,
Well, I think he just wants to be like I think when he's at the church, I think there's a lot of people who...
Is he in his soccer uniform and he's got that white collar on?
Look at the Chippendales. In my head, that's all I can think about. No shirt, collar.
And cufflinks.
Do the Chippendales...
Or not cufflinks, like the cuffs, you know what I mean?
They wore cuffs and cufflinks.
Yeah.
Why
and
is
then
it,
a collar,
though? Yeah,
but no shirt. Okay, here's the deal, guys. You guys are going to wear spandex pants. You're going to wear collars. But, sir, won't that shirt be hot? No, you're not hearing me. You're not wearing a shirt. You're wearing a collar and cuffs. So what are the cuffs attached to a sleeve, manager? You're not hearing me. There's no shirt. It's a collar and cuffs. And you are to wear cufflinks on the cuffs.
Keep it classy.
To keep it classy with your spandex pants and ballet shoes.
When you think of the Chippendales, what's the first thing you think of?
Disney.
See, I think of Farley.
Oh, I do think of Farley and Patrick Swayze.
And Patrick Swayze. That's one
Yeah.
of the funniest bits they ever did.
Yeah, no, it was.
Barney was his name. Remember it was Barney?
Yeah. And he did that like twitch forward where he kind of flipped his belly up in the air.
I remember he dove in the air and then gracefully hit the floor and kind of did the worm for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember Kevin Nealon had to play the guy who was choosing the Chippendales, and he's like, Barney, you are in the worst shape we've ever seen, but your heart is there. Right. We're going to have to cut you.
Right. This is a tough decision.
Absolutely. So yeah, anyways, he doesn't wear that. He wears normal clothes and everything. And I think he just wants to be one of the guys because probably at the church, people, old people, I think legitimately want to be really good friends with the priest.
Uh-huh.
And so I think he gets treated a little bit differently there, and he just wants to be one of the guys here to play soccer.
Right.
But with me being like, Father, pass it here. Father, I'm open.
Right.
Father. And the funny thing is my dad plays on the team too. So there is some confusion when I say father, only because I've never called my dad father.
Your dad's like, what? And then the other guy's like, stop calling me that. And your dad's like, I think he was talking to me. And in the meantime, the other team runs by you with the ball.
And then someone yanks down my pants.
Right. And yeah, slaps your butt, makes it red.
And I'm wearing a jock because that's I do. I know a guy that wears a jock strap when he does physical activities. Not a cup, like a jock strap.
That's odd.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Not like tight fitting clothes, not like spandex under his shorts. A jock strap.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, the only person that I knew that was really into jock straps was this guy named Sexy Carl that used to be on our radio show that was gay, and he said that is like the number one sexiest thing for a gay man. So every time I hear the word jock strap, I'm like, wow, that took on a whole new meaning.
Whenever I hear the word jockstrap, I think, for whatever reason, my brain goes to like a Canadian hockey player.
Really?
Like, hello, my name is Jockstrap. Just like a name.
No, I understand.
Like as a funny name, because I feel like nobody. I mean, like when I play hockey, like I have, like that stuff's all like built into my equipment. Like you put on your cup, and that's all on there. But like I would never think like, oh, I'm just gonna wear this separately
Without the cup.
Right.
Like it's not like he's rocking like a cup because
maybe he just doesn't like cloth or textiles touching his crack. So he would rather have the elastic straps going around the butt cheeks to frame him.
In case he needs to fart, he doesn't want any cloth in the way.
Right, no cloth in the way. Let the sweat just go immediately to the undercarriage. There's nothing to soak.
No need for anything to be in the way. He's got a full access to his butthole.
Yeah.
If he wants that. I mean, he's got shorts on, though, too. Just to be clear, this guy's not a prevert. He's not walking around with no shorts on and just a jockstrap.
Right.
Like Sexy
sure
Carl wants.
Total Soccer would frown upon that. Some guy just shows up and starts doing toe touches and a jockstrap. Let's go. And wearing his McGregor indoor cleats. Just ready to go. Let's do this.
He bought him at Dunham's.
Right. MC Sports.
Cagno Radio.
Do you really want to have this conversation?
Yes.
You're my stepbrother. We're not even blood. I have no qualms with sticking you. I will equalize you. You dick.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Do you ever just watch people at the gym when you go there?
I try not to. I feel like if someone makes eye contact with me, they could see into my soul, and they realize that I'm just there for the free Tootsie Rolls at the counter.
Right, because I have this whole world that I think exists at the gym. So like the gym I go to is made up of like 3 different groups of people. There's like people like me who are barely in shape. Like not completely out of shape, but like barely in shape and just trying to stay there. Like I work out enough so that I don't look terrible in my clothes, but when I'm naked, I feel horrible about myself. Like kind of there.
Okay.
Then you have the people who just, who are really starting out, They have made some life choices where it's like, well, you know what? Now's the day. Today's the day where I'm going to start over and I'm going to start,
Right.
getting on the bike. They can't do much, but they're doing something. Right. And then there's those people that show up there and are so beautiful, whether it's a guy,
chiseled.
Guy who just looks like he stepped right out of a magazine, and a girl who looks like she just stepped right out of a video for Pitbull.
Okay,
you know what I mean? They also run videos at my place.
Yeah, most do now.
But they're always the people in the videos are so freaking hot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there's one that they run. This tells you how pathetic I am. Okay, so I have Shazam on my phone. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. So I have Shazam on my phone. The only reason I've ever tried to Shazam the song is to find out what this video is. It is some girl in a white
overalls with a tank top. And then I followed her on Twitter.
Oh, that girl from last week. I was like, where's he going with this? No, so there's this one video, and it's of this girl, and she is leading this guy around by his hand.
Okay.
But you only see the guy's hand. You only see his hand, like he's reaching out, and she's leading him through all these beautiful locales. But she has on a thong white bikini.
Okay.
In the video at Lifetime. I'll just say that's where it's at.
Okay.
And while I'm working on, I'm like, this is so inappropriate. But I'm perplexed on who this song is by because I have my own headphones on, so I'm not listening to that music or watching it.
Right.
I'm definitely watching it, but I'm listening to my own music, so I keep Shazamming it, but I can't seem to hear what the song is because I want to know
right,
what.
Because people are dropping weights and grunting and stuff.
Do you think it's a meat market there? Do you think the good-looking men and the good-looking women, or the good-looking men and women, do you think they hook up at the gym, or is that just in my own head?
See, this is an issue with me because I feel that women know what they're getting themselves into when they go to the gym. I think that, like, if you're a good-looking girl or you're an average-looking girl and you're on your way to the gym to work out, I would think that the expectation that dudes are going to try and hit on you is there, similar to a bar.
So your guard is up.
Your guard is up. So I automatically think all chicks walk into the gym thinking every guy is looking at me, every guy wants to hit on me. And so therefore, I mean, I have a girlfriend, but even if I was single, I don't think I would ever talk to a girl like at the gym, because I would automatically think, if I was like, oh, you know, like if I'm walking up to the drinking fountain and she's walking to the drinking fountain and I'm like, oh, go ahead. Like, I'm thinking.
Are you Keanu Reeves in this version too? Because you were like, hey, go ahead.
Hey, go ahead, drink some water, lady. And so, like, I would think that, like, she would automatically be on guard as to be like, stop talking to me.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because like in my brain, so I'm like the guys, you know, running on the treadmill or working on the elliptical, whatever, and I see these people come in. Now, my first thought, which tells you what a narcissist I am, I see these women who are, I always look for a ring, who are probably, you know, mid to late 20s. Now, mind you, way too young for me.
Uh-huh.
Like, again, if I was single, if I told you I was dating somebody in their 20s, what would you think?
I would love it, because that's how I work. I would love it because I would like to go, let's see where this goes. I want to watch it unfold.
Right, exactly.
A 40-year-old man having to
41.
At 41 having to deal with like a 24-year-old.
Right, who's like, the only thing we have in common is that we both love her body. Right?
Right.
The only thing.
Right. And she's like, hey, do you want to go see Taylor Swift? She's coming to town. And then you have to like sit there and be like, I want to hang myself. You know what I mean? Like, what have I gotten myself into?
You see me, I've got on frosted tips and an Affliction t-shirt.
Right.
You're like, what's
an
going
Ed
on?
Hardy t-shirt.
Do they still make Ed Hardy?
I don't know. I don't have a clue.
But yeah, I'm wearing that. You're like, wow. I'm like, yeah, we're going out for after hours. Do people still say that?
You're like, hey, Bailey bought this shirt for me.
Is that her name?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the young girl's name is Bailey.
I'm telling you what. When we get together and we hang out, it's like age isn't even an option.
Right.
You know what I mean? We get together and she makes me feel so young.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm going to introduce her to my kids who are about
would
the same
love it.
age.
I would love it.
Anyway,
if one of my buddies dated like a young, I think it would just be hysterical to sit back and watch.
Because you know what's going to happen. You've seen that movie.
Yeah.
You know it's not going to end well.
No,
okay.
not at all.
So anyway, I always think when I see these 28 and 29-year-old girls and I see them at the gym and they don't have a wedding ring on, I'm always like, they probably see, I can't even say this with a straight face, they probably see my wedding ring and are probably like let down that I'm already taken.
Yeah, see, I think the complete opposite. I think I'm the one that the girls at the gym, if they see, I'm always the guy who the two treadmills to my left and the two treadmills to my right are open, because no one will come near a 6'5", 270-pound bald guy, you know. And
running at 1.3.
I feel like I'm the guy that when they get home, they tell their friends, they're like, I was at the gym today and there was this guy who was, when I say he was sweating, that doesn't even begin. Like it was like he was on a Saturday Night Live skit and had a hose attached out of sight and was just dripping. Like, I feel like that's like women, whether it's at the gym or just in life, that's how I feel women look at me.
Yeah, see, I don't think every girl wants me. I just feel like every once in a while there's a girl at the gym who's like,
bummed.
He's taken. Too bad. He looked really
so sad.
He looked really good in his Nike performance wear shirt
Right.
and shorts that match.
Right.
And his cool Brooks running shoes.
Right. And it's shoes with the toes.
The toes.
You know those shoes that they look like feet?
Oh, Vibrams.
Is that what they're
Yeah,
called?
they're you want to know what? I've tried them on more than once.
Oh,
I almost bought a pair, and thank God I didn't.
Thank
Because you would have
God
to
you
punch me in the face. Like, legitimately, if I walked in, now mind you, I'm dating Bailey.
Yep.
Right? Dating Bailey.
You're like, hey, Bailey said that these shoes would be.
They're good for my chakra.
Yeah.
Because she's also a Reiki healer, right?
Right.
She teaches yoga on the side, and she's a Reiki healer. Do you know what that is?
I don't, but I
Yeah.
think it sounds hysterical.
Yeah, so Reiki healer, what it is like somebody who handles like auras. Like, right? So,
Does she come into my house and tell me what and what is not feng shui?
no, I think that's a feng shui person. Those are the Reiki healer. What they would do, I've seen people do it, and I'm like, for real? We're all going along with this?
Oh.
Like, yeah, I was at an event one time that was for MS, and they had a Reiki healer there.
From Mississippi?
Yeah. And they have this woman who is doing Reiki healing. And so it's all about like positive and negative energies and all this stuff. Now, you lay on a table I didn't do it, but you lay on a table and it looks a lot like massage.
Okay.
But she puts her hands like 1 inch from your face, and then by your feet, and then what? And like,
So how many people with MS did she heal?
0 that I saw.
Right.
That's my point.
Okay.
So Bailey, Reiki healer,
Right.
part-time yoga teacher. Mm-hmm. Looks great in yoga pants.
Oh, it looks phenomenal.
Right. Her mom and dad are paying her whole way through life, right?
Yeah.
Because she has no money.
Right.
Doesn't have a license right now because she has a few DUIs in her past, right?
Right.
It was the cop's fault. He
Yeah.
He didn't believe her.
No.
Cops are a-holes.
Right.
Yeah. So you know the type.
Yeah.
And then I've got on these Vibrams, and I walk in. I'm like, hey, Bailey said these would look really good on me.
Right.
We met at the gym.
Now, mind you have size 15 shoes.
These big old dogs.
You would look like a hobbit.
Yeah. Oh, I would look terrible. I saw a kid the other day at a basketball game, and he was 6 feet tall and had like size 4 shoes. It looked so weird.
Oh, so he just looked like a chopstick.
Yeah.
Like he basically just went from big down to a small point.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, I just wonder if, so you don't think anybody's hooking up at the gym? I think I'm living in, like, on the outside looking in, all the good looking people are hooking up.
You know what? You're probably right there.
But maybe not.
It's a world that I'm not a part of.
Right.
I don't have an invitation in that world. It's like the Skulls. It's like the Skulls secret society. I'm not invited to that. So there may be lots of things going on in that world that I have no clue. But
I am thankful for one thing, though, that being in great shape when I was 20 did not involve a six-pack stomach and that V.
Right.
Like,
right.
we knew guys who were like, man, he's ripped. And right now, if you lined up a guy in 1995 when I graduated from high school, an 18-year-old who was ripped would look like a dad bod now.
Right, exactly.
Thank God I'm on the other side
Exactly.
of it.
What I look like at age 22, and I was like, man, I'm fat. I would die to have my 22-year-old body. My 21, 20-year-old body. And I was like, I was fat. Well, guess what? I didn't have...
Guess what? It's going to get worse.
Right.
Hey, 22-year-old self.
Right.
This is the best it's going to go,
Right,
brother.
Right. I work with this guy named Sean, and Sean's 6'6". He was like captain of the hockey team at like Saginaw Valley or something like that. And, tall and just in shape and stuff like that. And he's just, eating whatever he wants at lunch. And I'm just like, wait till you turn 25. Like, wait till you turn 25 and, like, you wake up one morning and you're like, you hear a door slam and you, like, wake up and you're like, what was that? And you realize that was your metabolism leaving while you're still asleep. You're like, it didn't know how to say goodbye. So your metabolism just left, just like a woman in the morning.
Gave you the Irish goodbye.
Yeah, left a note, says, it's been real, but it's not you, it's them. And then your metabolism is gone. And then you're like me, where you smell a donut and you gain 2 pounds.
Right.
It's just, you're like, oh, I'm gonna lay off beer and alcohol for a while because I feel bloaty. And like for 2 months you don't drink and you lose like 6 pounds, and then you're like, oh, it's St. Patty's Day, I'm gonna have a Guinness, and all of a sudden you weigh 12 pounds more the next day, and you're like, I drank one. Like, what? Come on.
See, I've tried every one of those things that you're saying, like where it's like, I'm just not going to drink for a while, or I'm not going to have any, have anything besides normal food. And it's like, lose nothing.
Right.
The older I get, the less I lose.
Yeah.
And then I go to the gym and I schlep it on the elliptical or whatever, watch the stupid video with the girl with the thong.
With the white thong.
Yeah. If anybody
What is
knows,
it with girls? If they're wearing anything white from the waist down, it just looks so nice.
I know.
Whether it's a thong, whether it's shorts, whether it's a skirt, whether it's yoga pants, whether it's jeans. It doesn't.
referee's uniform.
Yeah, if they're wearing like white on their legs, like it just, and they could be the whitest person in the world and they look tan.
Yes.
Like girls look tan. tan when they wear like
We're gonna throw the first ever Cagno Radio white party coming up really soon.
Yes.
It's gonna be really hot.
It will be.
Everyone's invited.
It'll be at Renshaw's closet.
I used to be #1 in this town, but it seems like it's more about FM and color TV. I've spent $15,000 on this, so it has to be a big success. This is the one that brings us back.
I want to know how it's humanly possible that I know 5 or 6 people right now whose kids are supposedly the best swimmers around.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's the parents are lying or if the kids are lying or
Parents are.
Is that what it is, you think?
Yeah.
Because, okay, so we have one friend of ours. I won't say his name because I don't want you to look up his kid. But his kid, you know him. His brother's a vet.
You may
brother's
know
a-
it. You may know him. His name rhymes with Schmeichel Schmelps. And supposedly he's a good swimmer.
Anyway, so this guy has a daughter who's like 3rd in the nation for one of her events. I've looked it up. This is true.
Okay.
The other night I went out with a group of guys. This other guy we're with, this other guy that we're with, he has a son who's like 14 who's got like the #1 time in the nation for this. I have another person who I know who their son is like 15 and works out with the University of Michigan swim team. Another person I know had to quit all of their sports because they're so good at swimming that they might be going to like USC. Jeez. Is there any way this could be true, or is it just like, okay, the only one I looked up was the first person I talked about.
I would love to be able to, in like 2 Olympics from now, do the like 6 degrees of separation from Cal Cagno and be like, and like the one, like every one of these.
You know 3 of these people.
I do?
Yeah, you know 3 of the people. You went to high school with 3 of the people who's the parents.
I mean, I know.
I'll tell you, the only reason, again, I know everyone's like, whatever, lame ass, but like the reason I'm not saying their names because I don't want the kids, we don't need them.
Yeah.
They didn't ask for any of this.
They didn't ask for this. All they do is jump in the water and they swim their little hearts out to make mom and dad proud.
I always hate when people do that about their kids when like people think they're pseudo famous because people are like, why don't you ever talk about your kids' names on the radio? And I'm like, just because I just don't. Like I've never even said their names once.
Right.
I have a son and I have a daughter. That's all that you guys need to know. Not because it's like I think there's some crazy person that's going to come get them, nor do I think that it's going to be like, like they didn't ask for this fame because trust me, I don't have a lot of fame. I'm just because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Although a lot of radio shows, they're always like, Connor,
Yeah.
They love talking about their
Talking about their kids.
by name.
Yeah, see, I think I've talked about my kids several times by name on this show.
Have you?
Yeah, when I talk about them, I talk about Ella and Mia.
Give them a little shout out.
Yeah, a little shout out to Ella and Mia over at the Royal Oak Middle School.
Oh, you were going to say where they go to school too?
I mean, what's anybody going to do? Like, they're going to know, and they're going to go to school and know who my kid is.
Yeah.
And then they'd be like, hey, want to get in the car? Your dad's been in a terrible accident. He sent me to pick you up. They don't know the safe word. I'm fine with it.
Is
My
it
kids know what
safe
to
word?
do. Yeah. Oh, crap. Maybe I should change it. Crap.
My safe word is keep going. Right. My safe word is don't stop. Anyways, I just wonder, between all these people that I know that are really supposedly great at swimming, and I'm not calling anybody a liar, I'm just very confused by this. And then I have a friend of mine whose daughter goes all around the country and plays soccer.
Okay.
And then I have another person who I know that my in-laws know that she's on the Olympic development team and maybe in the Olympics the next time they do soccer. Like, how is it possible that I know all these people that
Because you live in Rochester Hills.
But is it that these are elite athletes that are all from the same place? Like, I don't think...
No, it's you live in a community where people have the money to do that. So the people that you meet in your community, the people that live around here, from my point of view, it's a lot of executives, a lot of people that own their own businesses, that work for the big three, that are make a lot of money at what they do, so they can afford to put their kids in. But like, I was a pretty good soccer player growing up, But my family, like, I didn't have money to play travel. I didn't have money to go to developmental camps. We didn't have money to send me to the University of Michigan soccer camp.
Right.
So I played house league soccer. I was a very good house league goalie, and that was it. That was my career.
So do you think it's because they have the advantage of that their parents give a crap about them and their careers, and they have the money to get them special coaching, get them on travel teams, get them to
Absolutely.
do this. So it could be that you're not as good as maybe you think you are, strictly because
No. I don't think it's that you're not as good. I think you are that good because you've had that training and that custom training, that those private lessons, the whatever it is, you have that. Like, you've had the ability to. Another perfect parallel is my kids in gymnastics. Like, my daughters wanted to do gymnastics when they were younger. So we signed them up for gymnastics, and they did gymnastics.
At the Y?
No, they did it right out here at Rochester Gymnastics Center.
Right.
But the thing is, we could afford where they went once a week and did gymnastics for an hour. Well, I'll tell you what, like Nadia Coleman-Each or whatever, like Brittany, Gabby Reese or whatever those girls' names are. They're not just practicing.
Gabby Douglas.
Gabby
I
Douglas.
couldn't think of what her name. Yeah.
Yeah, Gabriella Reese. Didn't she play beach volleyball like on MTV?
Yeah, Yo MTV Raps. I think she was the host of that.
Yeah, but like those girls, newsflash, they're not just practicing for an hour a week on a Saturday morning. It's every single day. They go to school. If they even go to school, they're probably homeschooled.
Quote,
and then
unquote.
from noon until night, they're practicing gymnastics. So, like with my kids, they did an hour a week, and it looked like they did an hour a week. They're not going to be in any, you know what I mean? They're not going to be in any tournament. They're not going to be in any matches. The Rochester wasn't saying like, hey, we think you should put your kids into like a more advanced level, because they were there. They rolled around. They jumped into big foam pits.
Right.
And they were just cute little kids doing.
Coach, reason with me. Is she going to need to go up to the next level?
Right.
Not so much.
No, not
cool.
at all.
1 week, 1 hour a week is good. We'll stick with that.
We'll just do that. We'll take your money. But like what you're talking about is like, people who, I'm guessing these kids are swimming minimum 3 times a week.
Oh, absolutely.
For hour. I mean, they're getting out, their toesies are pruny.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're in the pool a while.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever pondered this thought? What if you're the best ever? What if you're the Tiger Woods of a sport you never even tried?
I think about that all the time. Is there like a kid, it just goes.
No, I mean, are you the best squash player the world has ever seen? Are you the best downhill skier? Are you the world's most amazing bobsled driver, but you've never done it?
Right.
Skeleton.
Right. I think about that often. Is there someone in South Africa, in Kenya,
right,
that would make Wayne Gretzky look like a high school player? Like, is there somebody that can score 300 goals in the NHL a year, and he lives in Kenya right now, and he's not going to stick against a rock?
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, but see, the thing is, because you're not a narcissist like me, I put myself into it. Like, am I the best bobsled driver ever? Would I have been? But I've never tried it.
Right.
I don't even know how to go about it.
See, my thing is going back to what we were talking about with the training and all that stuff. I believe in my narcissism and my ego. I believe that I could have played major soccer. I think I could have competed. Again, this is my opinion in my own head.
Right.
Like for an Olympic team or like in the Premier League in Europe. I could have been a big-time soccer goalie. I was a really, really, really good goalie growing up, but I didn't. Again, my family just didn't have the money to go to the camps and do the training and do the travel. So I was always like an extremely good local goalie. And when we would play travel teams, we would hold with them. Mm-hmm. We would beat them. We would do all that stuff. And I was good. And then I couldn't cultivate that. I couldn't roll that over into a college career, because college coaches aren't scouting kids at like Royal Oak youth soccer games.
Yeah, I heard somebody the other day told me that, and I don't know if this is necessarily true, so don't quote me on this, but somebody had told me that they were at a camp with like Michigan State, Ohio State, like those types of coaches. Now, these aren't the exact coaches, but someone like that. And these guys said, don't even play for your high school team because we can't go on a weeknight to Royal Oak High School.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
That's
like AAU basketball.
Right, we're not going to your high school game.
Right.
So if you are playing club soccer, like you said, club soccer or travel or whatever, and these are the best of the best, we may be able to see you there, but like we're not coming to your high school, so just don't even play.
Exactly.
And I was like, how sad is that?
Right.
That you're like, if you're really good at a sport, and soccer was the one that they were talking about, and but it's like you're so good at a sport that they don't want you to play for your school because it's a waste of your time.
Right, exactly.
And that's just kind of sad. But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I honestly hope that every one of these people who, has these aspirations to go to the Olympics or go to college for swimming or whatever, or for soccer or whatever it is, do that. But it is weird to me that I legitimately know 5 people right now whose kids are the best of the best, supposedly, according to them.
Simply the best. They're better than all the rest.
USA,
USA, USA, USA, USA.
Look, the low record sales is making them nervous.
All right, fine. Does anybody have ideas?
One, but you are gonna like it.
Wait, did you say are or aren't?
Are.